Yeah, so it's Tuesday morning now, the 28th of February 2017, 8:21 a.m. And the universal time quite recently was 8:30 or 20:30 universal time on the 27th of February 2017. This is the latest satellite image of Australia, and we were saying something interesting was going to happen on the 27th and on the 9th. So the 27th of February and the 9th of March. So yesterday, when we made our last video, there was some heavy rain falling in Sydney. I think Sydney had 26 mils. Not last night, but the night before, when we made our last video. Nothing too dramatic, but if you look at this image here, you can see a cloud streaming into the north coast of New South Wales. And if I go to the radar image right now, just here is Coffs Harbour, and there is really heavy rain coming in there this morning. And this is just the start. Yesterday, or the day before yesterday, has just been the start of a long multi-day rain event. And I'll bring this up. So it looks like the east coast of Australia is about to get a real drenching, or is in the process of getting a big drenching. And right there, that's some pretty heavy rain streaming in there into Coffs Harbour. Bring it up another layer. And there you go. That's Coffs Harbour right there. And you've got Bellingen just there, and then Bucca Heads. And as you can see there, it is 27th of the 2nd, 17:21, going up to 21:20 universal time. So of course it's actually the 28th, morning of the 28th on the east coast of Australia. Coming up to 8:30 a.m. And yeah, this rain event's starting to kick into gear. And it's looking like there's going to be quite a bit of rain over the next week. If I look at, just bring up, for example, Sydney, you'll see they're forecasting rain. Sydney's had a couple of mils this morning, but over the next 7 days, it's just rain. So, rain today, rain tomorrow, rain on Thursday, rain on Friday, rain on Saturday, rain on Sunday, rain on Monday. So a whole week of rain for Sydney and most of the east coast of Australia. So I think this might have something to do with Jake, because he's Jake Wetterling, wetter boy, weather child. Wetter, it's getting wetter. And I think the reason for this is because Jacob and Nathan don't like conservatives. And so, they're flexing their weather boy muscles. And like I was saying, they don't like the fact that adolescents and teenagers who want to use Facebook they're not free to upload photos of even the most, semi-erotic nature. It's like teenagers are not free to express themselves. There's no freedom of expression being allowed. And that's not a good thing. Just because conservatives are currently in control of us, of Australia and America, doesn't mean that social media needs to back them up and support their so-called moral values and ethics, because they are highly questionable. And self-expression, freedom of expression, individual freedom is really important. And I think Facebook's guilty of denying that basic individual freedom to teenagers and adolescents who just want to be able to post, the same as anybody else. If they want to post images that they think are sexy, guys want to post photos of, including gay guys who want to post photos of guys who they find attractive. This boy here, in this image, which I'll just get back to, he actually lost his life. Vladik Shibanov lost his life in a car accident. And he was an openly gay boy from Russia, which is a place where gays are really repressed, brutally repressed, and have been for some time now by Vladimir Putin and his government. And I think it's a really beautiful thing if someone who comes from a country like that is able to be themselves and be open and be honest and be free, true to themselves. And I think it'd be really nice if, his memory, because he was killed in a car crash, his life ended tragically, and I just think it'd be nice if his legacy is allowed to live on without being censored by the likes of Facebook, because there is nothing wrong with that photo. That is not pornography. That is not nudity. That is a boy who happens to be gay expressing himself freely. And I think that's a really beautiful thing. And to say that is something that does, for uploading this image, we're going to kick you off Facebook, I think that's really disgusting. So Facebook really should change their policy and stop being the moral police for the conservatives.